You explain tire. Sell out. Right. So, and that is what is in a lot of people's. There are a lot of questions in people's mind. So, personally, myself too. Initially, when I was growing up spiritually, I used to not understand a lot of. But what helped me is asking questions. Like I was always asking questions because I really wanted to understand. And that's why sometimes after service, after a meeting, when we ask, do you have any question? And then nobody has anything to say. Sometimes for me, it shocks me because at your stage, I was asking a lot of questions because I truly wanted to understand. So I believe that this was a powerful exercise. It has revealed a lot of things. And then it has reinforced why we have to do some things. So please, after service, make sure that you don't just let your cell members go. Meet with them and ask them questions. And then during cell meeting too, sometimes cell leaders, what they do is that they are only talking. They don't allow their members they don't ask questions. You see, now the outline has been made in such a way that you see that there are questions in the outline. It's meant for you to actually use it to steer the conversation. Cell meeting should be like a conversation, facilitation. And then when people are unable to bring out the answer, then you refer to the notes and then explain to them that particular aspect. And that is how we reinforce the message and the teaching. Amen. All right, are you ready for the afternoon? Yes. Okay. Let's be on our feet and let's welcome our daddy. Amen.
Hallelujah. All right, shall we take our seats? All right. God bless you. I think it was a very good session. I think I'll need some more insight from, particularly from Gabriella and Bero's group. So, Bero, can you repeat again what the conclusions at your group?
Thank you very much, Pastor. So, the conclusions with respect to people not being able to pass on what they learned has to do with the fact that
people felt not being able to imbibe it and then now pass on.
Pass on to others. Because as a result of the fact that they are not able to, they feel responsibilities were given based on their availability, but not necessarily if they had a skill for it.
If they had a
Skill for it.
if they had the values, is it the skill or the values?
For that particular role.
So they are responsible given. So that's like inducted leaders, or
Not necessarily, not inducted leaders, church workers. Let's say an example was that one person shared that she was being asked to be in charge of publicity, but she was just then a person called her that now I'm no longer there, you are now doing it. And so when that happens, Claudia.
So she was just called.
She was just called and then no training. So she felt like, and the person didn't even ask anything and then just handed over to her. So she felt.
But was she in the? Claudia, were you in the publicity department? So the person who called you, Vanessa. So were you working with Vanessa? So we were already working with Vanessa. For how long? Okay, so you were in the publicity, and you had been there for 1 year, 2 years, and then Vanessa was a head. Last year.
Just for last year.
So then she called you that you are taking over from her. Publicity at which branch?
AJ.
AJ. And because she was moving to Like Tema.
Tema.
So she called you that. So it came as a surprise to you. Me too, I don't agree like that. Okay, you are the branch pastor, so
Yeah.
you say it.
I would also not. I want to agree with what she's saying because she was in the team.
Yeah.
She had been doing whatever they have been doing for the past years, and so Vanessa's role was to supervise the activities. Claudia is already aware of what is happening, and so she was just passing on supervision to her. So I don't think it's, if it was a new role.
Or it was not, but like
another,
she's been in publicity for 2 years.
Yes.
You know, so she's been in publicity for 2 years,
Yes.
and then Vanessa calls to say that take over.
Yes.
So which people were in the publicity? Vanessa, you,
Rose, Sylvia, Natasha.
and they joined recently.
Yes, they are second years now.
So I'm trying to get
That even the job description, publicity, they write caption and share flyers, dissemination of information. So how is that?
that she didn't know, she was not taught.
How is that? I don't.
Oh, but if there's other things you'd want to say.
I understand where she's coming from in the sense that sometimes you can be in a team and then when you join, the team already existed. Probably before the team was set up, they had certain values, principles, they defined what the ministry was about. But by the time you came, it wasn't at a point where it was at the time that you arrived, so you missed that aspect. And there was no orientation to make you understand that this is what this ministry stands for. This is what this ministry does. So you came to join and you saw that, let me use culinary for an example. You came to see that we order food, we distribute during meeting. Aside that, we don't do anything. We only hear about culinary when there's Holy Ghost miracle campaign or we have to sell refreshments for food. So that is what you know. But in actual sense, there's more to the ministry than just that. So now that you've taken up the role, it's expected of you to make sure that the ministry is carrying out well. But you have the tendency to do what you came to see. But maybe her challenge is like carrying out what she came to see. But eventually, you'll not be able to pass it on to someone because you didn't really grasp the core. You are just repeating what you have seen over the years. So a time will come where you may not be able to really pass it on. And then the ministry may lose its value because it wasn't passed down to you.
Okay, so let me get back to Vanessa and Claudia's own. So Claudia, you were in publicity for 2 years, and you had Vanessa and Janet Glay as your leaders. And Janet Glay left, or she's
Body.
Come again.
She went to Body.
She handed over to Vanessa.
So you were working with Vanessa for a year. And then now Vanessa called you that you should take over. Okay, so
Prepared for it.
okay, so what did you want Vanessa to do for you?
Please, when she called me, she told me that I have to download some things and then
Download some things like
yeah,
what
so
things?
she didn't talk about the usual ones I used to do because that one I can do it. The writing caption, posting. She was talking about making videos and some things.
She has not done before.
So she was asking to do videos that you have not been trained to do videos. So I think in Lord organized some training sessions, but they've done what Accra or. That's this January. But so previous, there's not been any training session. You had training at the branch level. So AJ didn't have their training. I mean, in the publicity content.
Not official, but I think for me, because those times I was under Pastor Clergy, I got training from Pastor Clergy with regards to it. But maybe for her, like, because at that time Vanessa had already left, probably there was no one to do the proper training before she left.
So, so the normal one, like the caption and all, you could do, but like the video, you have not been trained.
Yes, please.
So then when so it was something she had been doing.
Yes, please.
But now she said you should do it when you didn't know how to do it.
No, she didn't ask me to do it. She said I should. Like when she called me, that was all she said, that I'll have to download. I don't remember what she said, but she said I have to download something, yes, CapCut, and then. So I think her plan also was to have training sessions with me, but I think it's never happened.
It never happened. Okay.
Daddy, thank you for the opportunity. I think it's coming from the point where before it was handed down to Vanessa herself, she was supposed to have been trained, then take up the role, because the training you need to be a member of a team is different from the training you need to be a head of the team. She didn't get that training. So
who is she? Vanessa?
Vanessa didn't get that training because I was in the branch at the time. By the time, Pastor, she didn't get it. You can confirm from Gabi, she didn't get the training. But by the time it was time for her to hand over to someone else, she ended up doing the same thing that happened to her. Because I remember I also had to hand over cell department to her. It was a big deal. It became an issue. Vanessa, because the way I was also given to it was the same way I also handed it down without proper training. So it became an issue. Like about handing as she being the head of it. So it's like she didn't receive training. So in passing it down, the same way it was passed down to her is the same way she also passed down to the next person. So she was told that, we'll have subsequent training session, but maybe she didn't get it. So she has also told her that we'll have subsequent training session. But the idea is that maybe she may want to, but she may not even know how to even go about it.
Oh, so how many of you identify with what was being said? Kim, you identify. Can you? Oh, Claudia, I can sit down. So, bro, you're head of ministry, so.
Yes, Pastor.
So, all this is your domain. Yes. Okay, go on.
You know that we do this. You are being asked to do this, and this. And as Elder Prela said, you being instructed to do something is different from you being the leader. So sometimes what the leader does actually to move the ministry, you are not aware. You are just asked to, we do this, we do this, we do this. But sometimes it all has to do with the raising the leaders. It's like they just, when they get to final year, they just realize that they had to hand over. Yeah. It's like there's not any, they don't foresee. Sometimes they foresee, but to be very intentional about the fact that I'm leaving in final year. They have it in mind, I have to hand over, but I'm leaving in final year. I have to be intentional about getting someone. That is where, so when they get to the final year, then they realize that they have to hand over.
And then they quickly call somebody.
Call somebody
and
hand over.
Rejoice, you said you wanted.
She also had the same.
Thank you, Daddy, for the opportunity. So sometimes it's not just with ministry. I can attest to the fact that now things have changed. Because earlier, even with shepherding, some shepherds, they will leave before they even call someone in the cell that I'm no more in Kumasi, so they are taking over. And for ministries as well, for myself, when I joined Zion Music in level 100 now I became AMD.
What was assistant?
Yes. So from the lesson we had today with posterity of purpose. The value is supposed to be received and passed. So right now, what brought about these points that people shared was the fact that people didn't even receive. You see, so it's either you, the current person, have to build and pass on, or the consciousness will not be there because you didn't receive it. You are also not conscious about it, and then you leave the next generation in the same situation. Then it begins to become a chain. So that's what came about. Because myself, I became AMD, but I had not even completed foundation school. So let's put aside the fact that, let's say from school, I was in the music team and we're doing a lot. But Pastor Stanley teaches that before someone becomes a leader in a ministry, the person should have completed foundation school. And aside the talent or the gifts the person has, should be able to apply according to the, let's say, the definition of the church.
So we are saying that that means onboarding is not being done well.
Yes.
No, but I think that if we say they just threw in, I have to say, let's rather put it. That's why I keep on asking, who are the they? Yeah. You understand?
Yes, Pastor.
I don't think they just throw you in. We have to say we just throw them in. You understand?
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying that is, Beryl is here as a senior leader with the ministry for many years. Priscilla is a senior leader with the ministry for many years. So it's not they, it's we.
Yes, Pastor.
We just throw them in. You understand? That means that we've not been doing onboarding well. And we've not. Kim is also here. She said she was also saying some. That's why I kept on asking, who are the they? I didn't understand the they. And that's why I now began to ask the names. You see. So that means that we've not been doing well. We've not been doing well in terms of onboarding and in terms of training and in terms of teaching. You see, because like they are all saying, if like somebody is a cell leader and the person leaves school before calling somebody that the person is taking over, then everybody has to be blamed. Well, how can the cell leader leave and the cell leader has not handed over? Like the person leaves Kumasi and the cell leader has not handed over. Because the person has to hand over. You understand? So it's not they, it's we. Gabriella, it's not they, it's we. You know. Because like she said, no. Or like you were saying, somebody did it to Vanessa. So who did it to Vanessa?
Who did it to
Akoshi? And the person who did it, maybe that's what was done to the person. So it comes back to us. Yeah. You understand? It comes back to us. Okay. So that means that we have to be more deliberate in terms of training. Okay, Oberry, you can sit down.
Thank you, Pastor.
All right, sure. So we've agreed that we have to be more Oberry, you can sit down. We have agreed that we have to be more deliberate in terms of training. And when I say we, I mean we the senior leaders, pastors, elders, because deacons are maybe fresh. Yeah. True or not true?
True.
All right. President, I wanted to say something.
I wanted to. There's an issue that I'm not being able to pass down. Like, after I just realized that an issue like olive shoot, but Barry is someone who has been able to pass down the values down to the way that now people have taken over and they're doing even in a higher capacity than what she was doing when she left them. By the time she was leaving them. And I can also attest it because when I was handling olive shoot in Accra, it was actually Elder Barrow's training that helped me to be able to handle olive shoot in a certain way. And by the and by God's grace, she has also been able to train out there to run with the things. So, like, it just forces that it is onboarding.
The training. Anyway, I'll admit to what you are saying, that I see Beryl and other Holy Truth teachers that have passed through Beryl. I mean, like, look at Amma like this. They own it. You understand? They own it. Okay. All right. So that means our onboarding and our deliberateness in passing the values to others is important. Okay. So that is one. Okay, very.
Thank you, Pastor, for the opportunity. So once we were done with the discussion, there was something I shared with them, that even as these concerns have come and everything, and I think I even reiterated a message you shared sometime, that hurt people, and hurt people. And so if they also don't take care, the complaints and the concerns, they will also end up transferring it to, they will also do the same thing to the leaders. So then they must decide that it must end with them. And so now the teachings that we are getting we should change their mindset, and I'll help them to understand that, okay, if this was done and you were not able to appreciate how the responsibility was handed over to you, then what in your capacity now, what do you need to do to ensure that you'll be able to also pass it, when you are leaving, you can pass it on to someone, so that the person can also be there, that I was able to get through this kind of training from this individual, so I'm able to handle the ministry or the cell that I've been entrusted with. And I think one concern that also came was that sometimes to some of the leaders, so Rejoice shared that for her, she had invested in some people, but they had told her that they are going to stay. So she really trained.
And she was in your group.
Yes, so she really trained her people for Zion Music. She trained some people to take up certain roles, only for them to also leave. So sometimes it's kind of also
leave like how?
Leave Kumasi to another place. And so when that happens, it kind of demotivates, because you have invested so much and it looks as if you didn't see the investment. So I was even sharing with her that sometimes it happens. So I'll share that even when she should take, when we started off, even in Kumasi, there are so many days that have led to other branches. However, the most important thing is that God will bring more laborers. And we must decide that no matter who God brings us, we will still continue to train the people, so that wherever they find them, so they can replicate the results that they are seeing. So I think that aspect also, people felt demotivated because they have been training and the people are also leaving. And so they are not seeing the results of whatever trainings they gave. And so at the end of the day, they also feel their energies have been being taken, yes, and then they are not able to get a result. Thank you.
All right. So Claudia. Claudia. He said they just called you and then he said you should do the cap cutting. Maybe I didn't know how to do it. So now who has been doing it? Are you at AJ or Bantama? Or vacation you at Bantama?
Yes.
Okay. So now who has been doing the videos at AJ? Claire, who has been doing the videos? A first year guy. So he does it. Okay, so the first, but just the first year guy who does it. But how do you do it? Because you are the pastor. Okay, so you have to do it. Okay, but when school is in, the first year guy who does it. So he already knows how to do it. It's a content creator. Okay. All right, sure. I think that, so like we seen, the training and onboarding is very necessary. And that's why having teaching times and training sessions. All right, so I agree with that one. Elder Clara, I want to ask you a question. So your workplace, you have been promoted a number of times, or have you been moved to a new role?
Yes, please.
Okay, so in that role, were you trained for that role?
No, not necessarily. It's because of the things I was able to now handle, the responsibility that I was now handling. That's why I was promoted.
That's why you were promoted.
Yes.
Okay, so was there somebody in that role already?
No, please. There was no one in that
there was
role.
No one, but you were promoted.
So when they needed to fill that gap, I was the next in line because I had been able to prove myself to be able to take up that role.
So did that role involve new responsibilities?
Yes, please.
New responsibilities or work assignments that you didn't have any idea about?
Yes, Daddy.
So who mentored you to do them?
I had to train myself to do that.
Yourself.
And I was also guided by my supervisor.
Yeah, guided by your supervisor.
Yeah.
You had to train. Okay. All right, sure. Okay, so there's another thing I wanted to bring. That, like we said, the training is important. The other thing I wanted to bring was that this life generally is hard. And then also, it's very likely you will not get somebody to train you in this life. So you have to be able to learn and train yourself. I mean, you people see that I have fathers and mentors. Do you think they teach me? Do you think they have time for me? Do you think they shepherd me? Do you think they pastor me? Do you think they call me to teach me? I will tell you that they don't. I will tell you that they don't. I will tell you that permit me to even use the word, I struggle and I push myself. And the least time and opportunity I have with them or from them, I try to draw. You understand? I'll tell you that it's the same also in career. When I was doing so you see, the mentee pursues the mentor. Like when I started my career and I started national service, like I'm saying, I didn't have somebody to mentor me. I tell you people that Daniel Appiah was my mentor, career mentor. But the other side to that is I pursued him. You understand? That's the point that maybe I want to make, that I pursued him to be able to get him to, in quotes, teach me something. So I'll tell you that I was not, when I started, I didn't have any onboarding. When I started, I'm using career. I started my career, my national service at the power plant. I didn't have any onboarding. Like as soon as I got to the power plant, nobody was there to teach me. Nobody was there to do this, do that. No, I was left on my own. I pushed myself. And then I knew Daniel Appiah before going there. So I pursued him. When I say pursued him, I will carry myself and go to him. When he's going to the site, I will carry myself. And then, let me just show you, today I sent a message to my, the consulting work I do, my 2 bosses. And I told them that I want to have let me show you. All right, Ella, come and read it. So, what's the name of this?
Daddy, please, Elise.
Is Elise.
Elise, okay.
So I sent him a message today. Then there's at 9:53. So read this one.
Okay. Yes, Daddy. Thank you for the opportunity. I would be grateful to have a meeting with you and Mark and Kwabena to review last year and discuss how to be more productive this year.
This is what I sent him. That I'm trying to schedule a meeting with him. You see, he has not responded.
Yes, he has not responded.
It is 9:53.
9:53.
What's the time? 3 o'clock. I can tell you that he will not respond. He will not respond. But I'll push. I'll corner him at the workplace. I'll get to there. Today I'll not be there because but next week I'll go corner him. I sent this to him. Then there's another person. You see the Mark? I mentioned Mark. So Mark also, I'm going to have a meeting with you and Elise to review last year and discuss on how to be more productive this year. He too, 9:53. He's been on like 2:50. He has not responded. He may not respond. I will push. I'm sending myself so that we review last year and how I can be more productive this year. They have not responded. I can show you. That's why I'm saying that. How do you people think that I relate with Dr. George? Like he calls me, then he's teaching me, then he's checking up. He's check. I can tell you that the whole of last year, maybe he didn't call me. I can tell you that Prof Nyameche, if he calls me, it's because he wants me to do something. I told you that Saturday he called me. I'm trying to make a certain point that you may wanting help, training, onboarding, and you are expecting it. I can tell you that 80% of the time it won't come to you. It will not come to you 80% of the time. In career, in life, in ministry, it will not come to you 80% of the time. So you have a choice. And the choice is to sit down and not learn. And the result will be that you'll be the way you are. Then you also have another choice. And the choice is to pursue and to worry the people ahead of you, and to be deliberate and conscious in even getting 10 minutes of their time. You understand? In even getting 10 minutes of their time. And like I was telling Rejoice, you have to be deliberate in learning by observation. Because many times you will not be taught. You have to be deliberate in learning by observation. And then because we now also have materials. We now have, when I say material, there are books. You can go to YouTube. You can go to think. You can go and learn. Because we have materials, you have to deliberately and consciously train yourself. And then you get to the place where sometimes you need somebody to put in a word. And then that one you pursue your immediate supervisor for 10 minutes of his time to bring clarity. So let me use Claudia as an example. That if Vanessa called her that she should take over and she should now be the publicity head, and meaning that previously she was doing captions, but now she has to do videos, isn't it? Claudia's response should have been, okay, so Vanessa, you want me to download what? CapCut. Go and download the CapCut. Go and are we saying that she can learn CapCut and video content on YouTube? Are we saying she can't? You see, she has to learn it. And then in the process of learning, sometimes certain things will come up that she may not understand. Then she will ask Vanessa. And it may take Vanessa 2 days to respond. No problem. Be persistent. Then eventually she gets. Then she experiments. then she would do a video and send it to Vanessa for Vanessa to approve or give comments. You understand? Uh-huh. But if she takes the disposition she has taken, that they just called her that she should take over, she should go and download CapCut. So because of that, she has not done it. And so she has not learned how to do videos. She's rather denying herself of greater responsibilities and opportunities and privileges. Because, you see, what some people don't realize that some of the things like David just last week he sent me, he's gotten another with a higher salary. Yeah, he just sent me the message that, oh, should he take it? Because like the people who contacted him, and I asked, how much are they giving him? He mentioned like this kind of company, how much are they? They said, oh, and it was like 2,000 higher, 2,000 Ghana cedis higher. So I just told him that apply. So I was like, this is why you sending me the message. You should have. So I told him that no, you should just apply and then let the process. Let's see, then move. You understand? But it's a skill he learned in church work. You understand? It's a skill he learned in church work. So now let me even use like David, the live streaming and all that. Nobody taught David the live streaming and video editing and all that. Even me, I know live streaming and video editing. You know how I learned it? I taught myself. Because like I'm saying, there's online. You can go online. You can go to YouTube. Now, there was a period that we got somebody to come and teach us video editing. That was Pastor Bright. Uh-huh. But even before he came, we were doing it. True or not true? Even before he came, we were doing it. So he coming was, in a way, like just an add-on. And it was a short period. But truly, Clara, you can sit down. Truly, if you want to be taught, you will never learn. If you are waiting for onboarding, you will wait for the rest of your life. And that is where, so I'm not discounting the fact that we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility because we need to create that system of training. You understand? But you also have a responsibility. You know, so the values is what I've been teaching you people. Look, Rejoice, come and read this. So this is my screen. Do you call it screensaver or screen? This picture, wallpaper. What's written on it?
Thank you for the opportunity. The only person coming to save you is the version of yourself that's tired of your current situation.
So, Claudia, Vanessa is not coming to save you. The only person who can save you is you yourself. That's what's on my mind. So if you are waiting for Vanessa to train you, even me, maybe I'll tell her not to train you. Because it shows that there's not a hunger. You understand? There's not a hunger and there's not a strong desire. Until I say, Nipa no woho. Yeah, we should throw it towards the person. But something that is just thrown to you like that, you may not keep it well. You may not keep it well. And that is why, ladies, you stretch guys. Because, ladies, if a guy just comes and says, hi, sees you first time, hi, pretty, oh, marry me. Will you do that? Even when you have a crush on him, you stretch him.
Very necessary.
True or not true? Claudia, would you stretch when a guy is why do you stretch him? Why would you stretch him? You have no idea. Why would you stretch a guy?
I've actually not done that before.
Ladies, why would you stretch a guy?
The person.
To test his pursuit. Because the pursuit, I've told you, the proof of desire is pursuit. the pursuit shows that he really is interested. So you will not just give yourself just like that. Like you not just flow just like that. You stretch the person. But it's actually even a principle. You know why Elijah stretched Elisha? Elijah stretched Elisha because the anointing Elijah was carrying was so great that he wanted to be sure that Elisha could carry it. And what will make him sure that Elisha could carry it is the hunger and the pursuit that Elisha put in. And that is why, that is when he now released it. And that one he released at the last time. So we don't release double portion of the anointing like that. I will not just come and see someone and say, receive a double portion of my anointing. The anointing that I have toiled and sweated. So sometimes, some people, it's true that I'm teaching on success without a successor. But sometimes some people may prefer not to hand over if they don't see somebody worthy enough to take that mantle. And like Mama, and that's why Elisha didn't hand over. You see, because he didn't see somebody with a strong desire and pursuit to take over. So back to Claudia. Now, if Claudia is at AJ and she now has to let her branch pastor be doing videos, Claudia has not been fair. School was on vacation. But if she's there, she's able to do videos. But by now she should have shown some attempts. True or not true? You see, if Clergy is a senior content creator, Clergy, has she come to before that teach me? You see. She has not, meanwhile, Clergy is a senior content creator. And if Vanessa is not around in person, she has not come to Clergy that Clergy teach me. So she has in a way relegated her responsibility to a first-year guy. Are you getting me? That a first-year guy, Claudia, what year are you in? So Claudia is in final year. A first-year guy who knows content creation has come and now is doing the work. Because Claudia is waiting for Vanessa to teach her. And I'm saying it because, and that is what happens at work. That in the workplace, you will not be taught to. But somebody would come and show enthusiasm, and then the senior manager will bypass that person who has been there for a long time and then give the work to the new person. That is why workplaces even like young people or fresh people, because they show a certain higher level of eagerness to learn than people who have been around for a while. And I'm saying it because I've experienced it that at work, when I was working, I was telling people about the power plant, my boss would come in. I was the youngest engineer, and all my senior engineers are there. And my boss, I'm in the container with all the other senior engineers. My boss will enter, he's not coming to them, he's coming to me. And even they are coming to me. Why? Because nobody taught me. Let me show you what I was doing. I went to the drawings. I spent time going through the drawings, going through all of them. So I knew the plant. I told you I'll come early, so I'll know. I told you I'll go early for the morning meeting, the 6:30 meeting, when nobody has asked me to go. And then when I'm there and they are having discussions, I am listening. In the process, I'm learning. If you leave your life to chance, you don't stand a chance. If you leave your life to chance, chance that somebody will onboard you, you don't stand a chance. Or Abaje, true or not true? Your hospital, did you do onboarding? You were just thrown over there. You were just thrown over there. And you had to learn. Meanwhile, you don't even have a medical background. So you have to learn. So are you waiting for onboarding? But you've learned the things now. And you can get it. It's true. Nobody will teach you. No, but that is it. You see, that's what I'm trying to even say, that people want to be pampered. That, like Mama Amy is saying, Mama Amy clearly they all work in the same thing. A document has been sent to him. Maybe he was not taken through the document, but that's the point I'm trying to make. That don't expect to be pampered in the training. That so then they organize and okay, so Abaji open page 1, then this point page 2, then they train you and they have time for you, and it will not be done. Item 13, it will not be done. It will just be dumped on you. The documents are there, go for it. That is the training. CapCut is there, go and download it. That is the training. True or not true? Nobody taught Pastor. He learned it himself. You see, so I'm trying to make a point. Are you getting the point I'm making? Gabriela, are you getting the point I'm making? That if you are waiting for training, in the work environment, in every other environment. Let me again use myself as when a head of Ghana mission for TMH. But do you think I was trained? Do you think they did me onboarding? Do you think somebody sat me down to coach me? How to? Do you think? But do you know what I did? And then I will take myself. I carried myself and booked appointment with certain people to go and see them and ask them questions. That, okay, now that I am here, how am I supposed to conduct myself here? How am I supposed to relate to Papa? I took myself. Nobody called me that, let me teach you. I took myself to go and ask questions. And then I told you observation. Because sometimes the answers you may get are shallow. Because, like I said, it's not everybody who can teach. So your mind has to be alert also in the area of observation. That you are observing. Observing, in every place, when you enter, there is the modus operandi, or there is the unspoken behavior. True or not true? You should be able to notice the unspoken behavior and then flow. Because nobody will tell you. So if you are waiting for somebody to tell you, you are leaving your life to chance. And if you leave your life to chance, you don't stand a chance. So in a way, So in a way, can I say something? In a way, I agree. I'm coming from two angles. I agree with all that you've said, that we need to do training and onboarding and all. I agree. But I also think that you people also have to have a certain hard mindset that I'm showing you and translate that to other people and help them come out of that place of expecting to receive, because you will not receive. Nobody has the time to pamper you in the work environment. If you don't follow up, no, it will not be given to you. So please, this life is hard. True or not true? But the persistent are the ones that will be able to make it. So I want you to be persistent. And then another point also, Claudia, forgive me, let me use Claudia. Another point also is that means that people also don't have a desire for rising to the top. People don't have a desire for rising to the top. And I'll give you an example. If, like, that's what I'm saying, let allow me to, Claudia, allow me to. If Claudia is in a team and she has a head, the head of publicity. If I was in the publicity team and I have a head, I will start observing what are the things my head knows that I should know. What are the things my head or my boss is able to do that I have to learn to do? So I start preparing myself to enter into the shoes of my boss. I start preparing myself to be qualified to be the boss or the manager or the supervisor one day. So if I'm in a group or in a department, clergy, and there's the there, I've not been asked to be the head, but I start learning. And so that's what we do. That's what we do. For example, I look at, if I look at somebody I admire, I look at what's the person's let me use the work, engineering profession. What's the person's trainings? What's the person's qualifications? Then I start thinking, okay, then me too, I have to have this kind of qualification. I have to have this kind of training. So like, let's say, say your boss has some qualifications, right? He's a fellow of chartered HR. So you are now chartered, right? So it's like you saw, is she a lady or did she tell you to charter? But you have gone to charter. You see, her boss has not told her to charter, but she has seen that the boss has chartered. So she has pushed herself and she has chartered. Because you never know when the boss may have to move to Accra, like Vanessa moved to Accra. And then down they will say that, hey, who can occupy her role? And Clara's name comes up. Okay, has she chartered? No. Then she can't handle the role. Has she chartered? Yes. Then she can handle the role. Let's give it to her. So as the boss is moving to Accra, the boss never told Clara to charter. But But Clara has seen that this boss, one of the reasons why she's the boss, she has chartered. Let me charter. So she's in a way she has not been told, but that's the observation I was talking about. She has observed. And so she has applied herself. So that now if the boss is moved to Accra, Elder Clara is qualified to now become the boss. So if Vanessa can do videos, other members in the publicity district must be able to see that they should learn how to do videos. Without Vanessa teaching them how to do videos. Because like I told you, you see, you have to also realize something. That in this life, people are also competing for relevance. And people, you see, positions are limited. So people want to remain and keep their position. So Elder Clara's boss, because maybe there's not been any new available position, she will not want to lose her position. So she may not want to tell Clara some trade secrets that have made her get to where she is. So therefore, she may not teach Clara certain things. I'm not saying that's why she has not told. So she may not tell Clara that go and chatter. Because she knows that if Clara chatters, now Clara will be in competition with her. And then something can happen. And then Clara will take her position. So she will prefer that she doesn't tell Clara to chatter. So that if it comes up, Clara is not chatted, she will still maintain her. True or not true? So Vanessa too may not teach Claudia how to do the videos, so that she will continue to be the head and remain relevant. But Claudia too must see that, let me learn to do what my boss is doing, so that in case perhaps something happens, peradventure something happens, and my boss Vanessa moves to Accra, I will have the skills to step into that position. Rejoice, true or not true? Some people are true or not true. I told you people, in my book, Dangerous Friends, I have written one chapter, be careful, be cautious of people who you have taken over their position. Because nobody wants his position to be taken over. So everybody is fighting to keep their position. So you, the junior, and I use that from the old prophet and the young prophet. So the old prophet is fighting to keep his position. You, the junior prophet, you cannot push the old prophet, but you must make sure that you are ready and capable, just in case perhaps per adventure a small opening comes, you push yourself into it. Because the old prophet will not stand there to let you come and take his place. But you too, as a young prophet, you can't say that you are going to remain at that same place forever. Because the top is limited. That is why when you go into government institutions, some people are there for a long time. They will not teach you. So that you keep your post. So you too must be smart.